Hey guys, I'm Brian from Ball Guy Side. If this is your first time here, I do all sorts of videos to help students, parents, and teachers kick some class with education technology in 2021 and beyond. So if you're in for that kind of video, please click that subscribe button. You'll be notified anytime I create a new one. In this video, we're going to take a look at creating an interactive document from a web resource using the tool Cami. So let's go ahead. All right, guys, so this is one of several tools that do this sort of thing with web-based resources. And so what I want to show you today is a comparison between the last video that I did, which is on Insert Learning. You can check that out right there, and Cami, and why you might want to choose Cami over Insert Learning or vice versa. So there'll be a little bit of a comparison at the end, and I'll give you my ultimate decision on what I think is the best tool for the job. The first thing you're going to need to know is that Cami is a Chrome extension. Okay, so you're going to want to go to camiapp.com. I've got that open right here on the computer. So let's go ahead and take a look at the process for getting this installed. And then we're going to get you rocking and rolling on a web resource that you found that's perfect for your class right now. And you just want to kick it up a notch and make it awesome for students. So here I am in Cami, and I've installed this already into my Chrome browser. It's an extension, and you're going to see that your extensions sort of live up here at the top of the screen. The next thing that we're going to do in this particular case is I'm going to either be opening this from Google Drive or from my computer. And I think those are the best two options. So I'm going to show you an article that I found that works really great for this. And it's the same one that I used for the Insert Learning video if you watched it right there. Okay, so the same tip that I told you in Insert Learning is going to apply here. I have this article up. It's got a banner at the top. It's going to have some ads clicking in here and there, popping up as time goes by. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this print button down here. That's going to clear all that stuff out and get this ready to not waste paper. But I'm going to print it with a little tool called CutePdf. Oh, it's so cute. I don't know what that is, but I'm going to go ahead and hit Command P because I'm on a Mac. And I have this option to save as a PDF. If you do not, all you have to do is install CutePdf. It's a printer driver that just creates a PDF, and I'm going to hit save. Okay, so this is saving it now. Asks me where. I'm going to throw this one in my downloads, whatever, doesn't matter. I clicked on that Cami button up here in my extensions, and I'm going to open this from my computer. Okay, so once I've loaded it from my download folder where I just printed it with my PDF printer, you notice that it's got some similar tools, but probably a few more than what we saw with Insert Learning. There's a bunch of tools on the left, and then there's tools up here on the top that are going to be used for sharing. You'll see how those tools come into play a little bit later when we tie this in with our LMS like Google Classroom. So the one big difference that I really love about this, and I'm going to go ahead and zoom this up, is this dictionary. So in the Insert Learning video, I talked about highlighting things to help kids recognize that maybe this is a boundary of their current vocabulary. And one of those words was right here at aerodynamics. But since I have the dictionary tool selected, it's going to pull up exactly what that means. So I could have kids insert their own comment, sticky note, whatever you want to call it, text box, and copy and paste this in here. Or in the margin over here, I could just have them build along some annotations that they're learning those words. But I still probably want them to show up. The way to do that is just with markup. So I'm going to go back here, and maybe I have the kids choose a specific color for vocab that they don't know. So maybe in my classroom, I just want to say, all right, grab a color, and maybe it's yellow that says, this is something I don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and mark aerodynamics. But then I'm expecting as the teacher maybe to see that they can click it and then get that definition. So if they go back to this later on, they can always look up those words. So if I scroll down a little bit further and I find where I wanted to insert this question about hypothermia, a couple different ways that I can do it. Now, it's not going to do what Insert Learning did, which is that it's going to take every kids and put them in line in the back end so that I can go in and look at that, similar to how maybe Edpuzzle might do it when you're looking at those questions. All right, so maybe I want to give a little background information here in a comment before I ask the question. I could do that audio or video, which is really pretty cool. So I could click on this and say, all right, if you've ever seen Man vs. Wild, one of the things that Bear Grylls might talk about is dying of hypothermia. And so hypothermia is one way that our body begins to shut down when it comes to keeping all things in balance. So hypothermia is a failure of homeostasis. Take a minute and just think about a situation where, and blah, 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 you get the basic idea, right? So I could go ahead and insert that in here in an audio comment with a video I could actually screen grab if I were trying to explain something to students, or just a text comment. Now you can see some of these other tools in here could be used either way, by you creating the learning or by students in answering you. So the text box, right? They can use equations. So if I were doing something in here and there were some physics calculations I wanted the students to do, I could actually build out a normal homework assignment and print it as a PDF, upload it, and have kids do it right on here, and then just send it back to me, okay? So there's some drawing too. If I were diagramming, there's shape tools, there's an eraser. They can add media. So if you wanted to have the kids go out and find, say, a picture of the pH scale, and then use that picture to model or to answer their questions, but you wanted to know which picture they used, right there, okay? So there's a lot more tools here in Kami. Yes, as far as the integration goes with an LMS, it's a little bit different. It's not maybe quite as neat as you might have seen with Insert Learning. There are a couple things that I do like though, and I'm gonna move to the tools on the top. I can open files. This is normal Kami stuff. I can share the document, print it, save it, or download it. The difference here is when you assign a Kami document to students in Canvas or Google Classroom, it's going to bring up this Kami toolbar, but instead of saying teacher, it's going to say student. And when that switches over to student, it changes the tools they have available to them. And one of those tools is going to turn into submit. So every time they add markup or they add a text box, they're going to insert audio, whatever it is that you have this set at, that's what's going to come right to you, and you're going to be able to see how they've annotated the document, answer the questions of what they've done, and then you can provide that coaching opportunity. So let me give you a couple of use cases of why I think this is a little bit better than Insert Learning. Yes, you can have the same exact conversations with kids, but this ability to add audio and video feedback right in a document is awesome. So I don't necessarily see myself using it as much to create a document unless it's for the very beginning. Like I want to give me some eye contact here, instructions that they can go back to, because we all know kids don't really read instructions anymore. But if you're there doing it in audio or video form, making eye contact is just that personal touch that makes the document that much better. And although they may not be interested in your content all the time, I know, I said it, at least if they like you, there's that other level. Now that they're not in your class every day because maybe they're remote, they still have a connection to you, and I think that's worth it. So in this particular case, I like the use of Kami. I think kids really like the freedom that it gives them to react to a document. I love the text-to-speech thing. I know I didn't talk about that, and the dictionary tool, because let's face it, if kids can be resourceful and grow in their literacy, their content area, any tool that we can provide them is just there to help them be more successful. Okay guys, so that is Kami app. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helps you kick some class in 2021 and beyond. And if you like this video, please click that like button, share it with somebody that you think could benefit from this tool, but also subscribe. It really helps me out, and I'm here to help you. So if this video helped you out, there's a lot of other tutorials that I have done and I'm about to do in 2021 to help you kick some class. So click that subscribe button and we will catch you next time.